Which sitting? Okay, Sheila, this is from August 2023. August 2023. August 2023, question number 5, boy. August 2023, question number 5, boy. August 2023, question number 5, boy. Now, this question will help us to review almost the whole topic of time value of money. Almost the whole topic of time value of money. So you should be very much attentive. You should be very much attentive. Remember, this is revision. Sasa tushamalizana na syllabus. We are doing what? We are revising. We are revising. Therefore, I expect to get answers from that end. I expect to get answers from that end. Are we in agreement? Are we in agreement that you're going to? I can see my board is faint. I don't know whether you're able to see it clearly, or I should adjust my camera. Are you able to see my board clearly? Are you able to see my board clearly? Are you able to see my board clearly? Y for yes for the new students. Just type Y to mean yes, N to mean no for easy communication. So are you able to see my board clearly? Good. If it is clear, if you're able to see, that is okay with me. That is okay with me. Now, I want to take you through. I want to take you through the whole of time value of money topic. Time value of money topic. And you should be very much attentive. I expect you to respond as fast as possible so that we're able to cover a lot. We're able to cover a lot. If you look at that question, what does it require us to do? Are we supposed to determine the future value or the present value that this person should deposit? Are we looking at the future value or the present value? The first thing that you should ask yourself. Are we supposed to look at the future value or the present value? Pia tuambia PV, present value, present value, present value, present value. Wow. People are telling us that we are supposed to get the present value. But whatever that examiner has given us, it is the future value that we expect, right? Therefore, you need to know, how do we combine the two? How do we combine the two? This is a discussion. It's not a one-way. It's a two-way. It's a two-way. It's a two-way. So, under time value of money, there are two things that you need to remember. Future value of cash flow, of course, and present value of cash flow. Future value of cash flow and present value of cash flow. Future value of cash flow and present value of cash flow. When we narrow down, you find that you'll be having regular cash flow and irregular cash flow in each. Regular cash flow and irregular cash flow. In this case, examiner has given us future value. What is the amount of future value in this case? What is the amount of future value in this case? It is 9 million. Our objective is to have 9 million. Our objective is to have 9 million. At the end of N is number of period. How long shall we take? How long? 5 years. 5 years. I told you that this analysis is important when you are doing the question. Then there is the interest rate. It is compounded. Quarterly. Is that true? Look at the question. I have seen some people have just joined. I'll share the question on their behalf, or to help them to look at it very fast. You take a picture. You have joined now. Can you take a picture of that question, tafadhali? Hiyo ya Joel Ouma. Anataka 9 million at the end of 5 years. At the end of 5 years. You take a screenshot very fast. So, I want us to look at the rate. We are told that he is determined to deposit a given amount of money. We don't know how much he is depositing. That is what we shall be looking at. Money each quarter in a sinking fund. Leave alone kwenye ataweka. Leave alone kwenye ataweka. You what you need to understand is the formula. Good. Now, the rate is 12%. The rate is 12% per annum, right? 12% per annum. But this one is compounded quarterly. Is compounded quarterly. If you look at that question clearly, you can see that you have been told that it will be compounded what? Quarterly. It will be compounded quarterly. And interest at a rate of 12% compounded quarterly. That information is important to us. And before we go further, I would like to ask you, when you see the rate is being compounded, when you see any question where the rate is being compounded, what comes to your mind? What will happen to the rate itself? What will happen to the number of times, number of period this person is doing what? Is depositing. What will happen to the number of period? Rate is being compounded, number of period, unafanya nini? They increase, right? The number of period should increase. I have to check the chart here. The number of period have to increase. We're told it's compounded quarterly. Quarterly is 1/4. Therefore, the number of period will increase by 4. The number of period will increase by 4. Very important for us. And then the rate or the interest rate will reduce, or we divide by 4. So in our case here, whatever that we are going to use, our N will be 5 times 4, which is 20 years. 20. That is our N. Period times 4, rate decrease. Okay, rate you divide, right? Right? So our rate will be 12% divided by what? Divided by 4. So what is our rate? What is our rate in this case? It will be 3. This is 3. 3%. Asante. Hiyo ni kitu muhimu sana, which you need to understand. You need to understand that. I want us now to solve this question. How do we get the present value? Present value is given by future value times, it can either be PVFA or PVF, right? PVFA or PVF, depending with the type of cash flow that you have. When do we use PVFA? When do we use PVFA? We use PVFA when we have similar cash flow, right? When we have what? Similar cash flow or uniform cash flow. For the PVF, we use it when we have irregular cash flow. Now I want somebody to tell me, according to our question, do you think it is falling under annuity or under irregular? Is it falling under annuity or under irregular? Somebody. Taka tuende pole. Tupeleke kila mtu na lieng. Pole. It's falling under annuity. Thank you very much for identifying that it is falling under annuity. And therefore, we shall use this formula. We shall use that formula. In my case here, I've been given something. I don't have the present value, but I have the future value. So I can say future value, on the other hand, is given by, how do we get future value? Future value is given by present value times, you can have PVFA or future value. Sasa tunaweza tumia PVFA. Unajua tunabadilisha terms hapa PV. Right? Kitu inabadilika tu ni what we are looking at. Are we looking at a future value? Do we want to determine the future value of cash flow? Do we want to determine the present value? So you see, when we were looking at the present value, tumetumia hii kama PVFA, present value interest factor of annuity, right? Then we have present value interest factor. Here we have future value interest factor of annuity, and then we have future value interest factor. Now, our question, we have been provided with the future value. You can see, future value is 9 million. Future value is 9 million. And somebody has told us that this one is an annuity. So we shall use the first formula. So future value is equal to present value times future value interest factor of annuity. Now I want somebody to remind me, what is the formula? What is the formula of future value interest factor of annuity? Mwalimu tukumbushe ya present value interest factor of annuity. Ukitukumbusha hiyo, tutakumbuka ya hii. Because they relate in some way. So I remind you this. Sijui kama inaonekana hapa. I have to check. I remind you this. Yes. This is 1 minus 1 plus r raised by negative n divided by r. Hiyo ni ya present value. PVFA formula ni hii. 1 minus into bracket 1 plus r raised by negative n divided by r. Now, I want somebody to give me now the formula ya PVFA. Future value ya annuity. Ama mwalimu wakumbushe kwa sababu mambo ni mengi. You reverse this, right? There's somebody giving me something. Here. Acha niangalie. Kuna mtu ananipatia kitu hapa. I like what Diana is telling me here. And what also Peter have a clue. The difference comes in when we have what? To our one. Peter Mbocha kuna kitu ameacha kidogo. It is 1 plus r raised to n minus 1 divided by what? R. I want you to look at my n. And I want you to look at my 1. The position of my n and the symbol before I write my n is positive, right? I should not write the positive. Any integer starting on its own, it has an impressive 1 or positive sign here. So our one is the one that we are going now to subtract. This is very important. That means we are compounding. When we are looking at the future, we are going to the future, right? That is what we call compounding. This is discounting. Tafadhali. This is discounting. This is compounding. When you are looking at the present value, you are discounting. You are trying to come back. From future, you are coming back. You remember the number, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 0, -1, -2. So we are here, right? We are here. So if you want to compound, you are going to the future, compounding. You are going to the future, positive. That's why our n here does not have a negative sign. Then when you want to get the present value, you are coming back. From future, you are coming back. You are coming back. And that's why you see n has a negative sign. Please confirm whether we are together up to that point, because that is important. That is the basic of this question. Are we together? Is there anybody with a question? I don't want anyone to hang when we are compounding and when we are discounting. Are we together? I repeat again. I will repeat even 5 times, because if you fail it here, if you don't understand it at this point, if you fail to understand these at this point, one is affecting the numerator, or everything is subtracted from one. No, the way I've done that division iko hapo R peke yake. It's almost the same formula like our formula for getting the present value. But now here we are compounding. We are looking at the future value. Gordon, I hope we are together. Gordon, I hope we are together. So the rest, this is what we are saying. This is what we are saying, that when you're looking at present value, the value of an item today, the value of that item today, we use PVFA formula, and PVFA formula, bera kuna wenye wamejoin sahi, I'll share. PVFA formula is 1 minus, you see this 1 minus into bracket 1 plus r raised to power negative n. That negative means a lot. It's telling us that we're coming from future to present, right? Then we have this formula of getting to the future value now. We want to come from present to future. 1 plus r raised to, please note that my n does not have any sign there. That means it's a positive. So this compounding, this is what we call compounding. And this is what we call discounting. Tafadhali. And that take me to give you the formula of PV. It's 1 plus r raised to negative n. I want somebody to give me the formula of PV hapa. Nikitaka kupata future value ya irregular cash flow. Nikitaka kupata future value, nipatie hii. Nimekupatia sasa hii already. Nipatie hii. Pata future value of irregular cash flow. Tafadhali. Is a two-way. Bella, I'm going to share the question shortly. I know you have just joined. Asanti Diana. Asanti. You can look at what Diana has indicated, and also Hilary Mukonia. Hilary. Asanteni sana. They have appreciated the fact that since we are looking at the future value of cash flow, we are going to put our n without a negative sign. Please note that. The moment I press negative sign hapa, nimeharibu kila kitu. It is always good to know that. So allow me to share this question with those who have just joined. And you take a picture very fast. Please take a picture very fast. Very fast. Ni question number 5 boy. I hope that they have taken a picture of that question. That is okay now. That's the question we are looking at. But we are using that question to cover other things, other content. So the time value of money, once we are through with the time value of money topic today, that is it. Allow me to adjust my camera kidogo tu ili tuone pale compounding na tuone kila kitu. I hope it's visible. That's better. It's more clearer. Good. Up to that point, are we together? What tunasema kwamba ukitaka kwenda safari, I have to check this. Ukitaka kwenda safari, first of all, you have to know where you are standing, right? So that you can take the direction. Sasa, are we together up to this point? Tuko pamoja. What did you say about regular and irregular? Masi Gadoni, this is my student. Regular and irregular. Okay, Masi. We have two types of cash flow, right? We have two types of cash flow. We have regular cash flow and irregular cash flow. As the name suggests, regular cash flow are those cash flow which are uniform. For example, I have here 1, 2, 3. I have cash flow here For year 1 is 2,000, year 2 is 2,000, year 3 is 2,000. Those are regular cash flow. When on the other hand, irregular cash flow, I have year 1, year 2, year 3, year 1, year 2, year 3 cash flow. Cash flow in this case, I have 1,000 here. I have 2,000 here. I can have 10,000 here. Those cash flow are not, they are dancing. If you can look at this, year 1, 1,000. Year 2, 2,000. It is dancing, dancing, dancing. It is not uniform. Mercy, are we together? Are we together? And that's why now if we have regular cash flow, we use PVFA when we are discounting, and PVFA when we are compounding. Mercy, I hope we are together regarding the regular and irregular cash flow. Let's now go to our question. We have now agreed that we are going to use this formula. And good that we have calculator. Mwalimu don't have calculator today. That's why I had to ask first. So, what is our future value from the question? What about terminal? Okay. Allow me, class, since this is revision, allow me to answer those questions that your fellow colleagues are asking. Is it okay? Allow me to answer those questions, because it is important. Unaweza pata kitu huko unajua, and through the question you'll be in a position to do what? To capture. So Hilary is asking about the terminal cash flow. So Hilary, as the name suggests, terminal is the end. For example, you have an asset. You're using that asset in production. So it is giving you some cash flow every year. It reached a time that the asset is obsolete. You want to sell that asset. That value that you are going to sell that asset is what we call the terminal cash flow. In fact, it will be an inflow. And when we are looking at a replacement question, because I'll make sure that we look at a replacement question, whereby we shall be having the terminal cash flow, we add that value at the last year. Hiyo mwaka ya mwisho. We add terminal cash flow in the last year when you have now sold that item at a certain value. Therefore, the cash flow for the last year will increase with the value of terminal cash flow. Are we together, Hilary? I'm going to look at a replacement question, and you're going to see how the terminal cash flow work. Now, let's look at our question. What is our future value? We were told the future value is 9 million. So let's replace whatever that we have, 9 million. Present value class, we don't have. Hiyo ndio tumeulizwa, huyu mtu atakuwa akideposit ngapi quarterly ili aweze kupata nini? Ili aweze kupata 9 million at the end. So this one is 1 plus R. What is our R? Wacha nione wenye wamekuwa kifuatilia vizuri, wenye wameelewa kitu venye inaenda. What is our R? Give me in point form. In decimal point. 0.03. Kama uelewi tunapata wapi, uniambie. What is our N? Good. 20. Asanti. 20. And then R. Our R here is 0.03. Wow. Now, with that, I'm good to go. 9 million is equal to present value times, can somebody give me 1.03 raised to 20, minus 1. Oh, hiyo ningesahau, ingeturamba kabisa. So somebody to give me 1.03 raised to 20. Please don't put a negative. 1.03 raised to 20 unapata nini? Nataka tuende step by step hapa. Hapa tunaweza changa. Aha. Aha. Erastus umefanya vizuri. Erastus wewe. Erastus na usitoe kwanza. Usitoe kwanza. Kenyua. It is 1.806. 1.806 minus 1 nabaki na 0.806. So let me be systematic here. 1.806 minus 1 divide by 0.03. I'll be very much systematic here. So what is 0.806 divided by 0.03? Aha, hapo sawa, hapo sawa, hapo sawa. I have to check this. So I have 9 million here, class. I have to be very systematic. It is, there's somebody who has given me this. It is 26.87. Asante, asante. I like the way you people, you're doing this thing. I like the way you are doing this thing. I like the fact that you have not given me a figure with very many decimal points. Sometimes it affects our result. It affects our result. So if I want to get my present value, and that is what examiner had asked, what should I do? Simple. I divide by 0. Or 26.87. 26.87. In this case, ni kama niko na present value or 26.87 present value. So I divide by 26.87 both sides. 26.87 both sides. Now somebody is giving me the result here, and I have to adjust my board kidogo too. So can you give me the present value? Can you give me the present value? I have to adjust my board kidogo. That is better. That is better. That is better. Aha, 334,946.0. Kuna mtu wako na 0.37.04. 334,946. Wacha tuende na hiyo ya pita. Wacha tuende na hiyo ya pita. Hii ni pesa, eh? Wacha tuende tu na hiyo ya pita. Hiyo yenye iko whole number. 334,946. 334,946. That means Ouma will be contributing or will be depositing this amount, quarterly or compounded quarterly, right? Compounded quarterly, that means a lot. 334,441, 941, aya. Okay, I think it depends with what you got here. Siniwambia, hapa hivi, it depends, but I can see all of us are close together. It is plus or minus 5, plus or minus 5. Hope you remember those mathematics. So this person will be depositing 334,946 quarterly, of course, 4 times per what? 4 times per year, to arrive at 9 million after a period of what? 5 years. After a period of 5 years. So you can as well put yourself in the shoe of this person. If you want to have 9 million at the end of, we are in 2024, 2029, if you want to have 9 million, at the end of 2029, you can be depositing 946 at an interest rate of 12%, of course, compounded quarterly, at an interest rate of 12% compounded quarterly, and you will receive your 9 million. You will receive your 9 million at the end of that year, at the end of 5 years, at the end of 5 years, at the end of 5 years. I want somebody to confirm whether we are together up to that point. We are together up to that point. There's something else I want to remind you. I remind you something as we move. Now, the question that you expect to get from this topic is this one. Moja ni hii. Yeah, compounding. In compounding, by the way. Assume somebody came and applied this. During your free time, go and try to apply this. But now here, we have future value times. Okay, you can go and try whether it can give you the same thing. But compound, remember, no, it will not give you because this is PVFA, right? PVFA. So you should, there's a way you can adjust it and you'll get the same result. There's a way you can adjust it and you get the same result. But instead of going that route, why can't you go this route? Why can't you go this route of finding the future value? Okay. There's this thing of infinite. Infinite usually confuse students. More so when you're given ranges in years. When you're given ranges in years and then the last year you are told it is infinite. The cash flow will be gotten into infinite. We said for you to get the present value, of infinite, that's another question that will come and find you off guard. You have to use a certain formula. Who can remind us the formula of getting present value of infinite cash flow? Hiyo nimewambia mara mingi, so I am just reminding you. I want these things to be fresh in your mind. So, somebody? Monica, Masi, Nambila. Good. 1 over R. 1 over R. There's a question I want us, we shall do. Nitawapatia kama assignment, but that question we must do. Annuity over R. Diana anasema annuity over R. Annuity over R. I would advise you go with 1 over R because wakati mwingine ukisema annuity over R inaweza kuconfuse kidogo. Inaweza if given annuity. Ukipewa annuity sasa. Lakini sasa wacha niwapatie hiyo mfano so that ninataka mpite tupatane advanced level, tupite tujenge nchi. 1 2 to 3 4 5 6 to 7 8. We can say 8 to infinite. 8 iende to infinite. Yeah. 8 can go to infinite. So anytime examiner give you these ranges, and then we have this, when you want to get the PVFA to infinite is 1 over R. 1 over R. So hapa utakuwa umepewa some cash flow kama 2,000, 4,000, 3,000, 1,000, 7,000, 8,000, like that. Utakuwa umepewa cash flow like that. You'll be given cash flow like that. Then maybe umeambiwa the rate of return ni ngapi? Is 10%. The rate of return is 10%. Rate of return is 10%. Now, in such a case, the question can be determine the total present value. Total present value. I know you know this. Total present value. In this scenario, I usually ask my student, which type of cash flow are those? And most of the students rush and tell me, okay, maybe before I tell you how they usually tell me, you can tell me, which type of cash flow are these? Be genuine to me. Which type of cash flow are these? Monica amesema regular na irregular. Regular and irregular. Aha, mwingine regular, mwingine irregular. Both PBFA and PBFA. Okay. Good. It is always good to note that when given these, when you find the ranges, wakati umeona examiner amekupatia ranges in years tafadhali, ranges. It is good to note that anywhere you have the range, that give you what? That give you regular cash flow. Regular cash flow. It means that year 2 has 4,000 cash flow. Year 3 has 4,000. So that is 4,000, 4,000. That is regular. Then we have irregular cash flows. Irregular ni hizi zenye standalone. Na sasa tukikuja kwa hii ndio tunatumia nini? 1/r to get the present value. So with that, I don't know, I can see my time imesonga. Naweza wapatia hii muende mfanye. Please go and do this. You'll give me in our next class. You will give me the figures or the values and what you have you'll have gotten as the total present value. And then I want to give you an assignment here. This assignment we shall be looking at it. I must get time to look at this assignment. And okay, this is the assignment that we should attempt, all of us. Itatusaidia sana. This one we must. Okay, this is a very nice one for a person who is preparing for the April exam. Hii ni mzuri sana, na muni promise mtafanya. Au saa tukipatana tena mjafanya inakuwa disaster. So can you tell me whether you are able to see that question? Are you able to see question? This is April 2023. Question number. Is it 1? Yeah, question number 1, boy. Take a picture of that question. Hiyo swali tutaifanya. This is assignment I'm giving you. Take the screenshot of that. And don't forget our blocks, by the way. We're charging 2,000. Usisahau blocks. Block revision. Zinaendelea. We're charging 2,000. And don't forget to purchase our revision kit. Goes at 1,000. So I'll give you the customer care number. So that is part 1. You are required to determine that, and that is part 2. So I hope you have taken the picture of that question, so I can stop sharing. So you can as well look at the question in April 2023. So customer care number, you can call this the telephone number 0793 555. Alternatively, you can use this number 19,525,000. We are just charging blocks. Kenya shilling 2,000 per unit. 1,000 per unit. Always good to indicate per unit, because we have different lecturer, right? So we have to facilitate them. Then for the revision kit goes at 1,000. 1,000. Revision kit goes at 1,000. Goes at 1,000. And that is it. And it is marking the end of our session. So we have a deal in our next session. That is a revision kit. Kenya shilling 1,000 per copy. So we have a drill that you have to attempt that question, and then when we come, we shall be looking at that question. Are we in agreement? Asante. So it has been a pleasure hosting you that afternoon. I hope you have gained something. We shall be doing this until we do our exam. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you for having time to attend our today's session. I know it is not easy. It's a big sacrifice. I salute you. Thank you so much. I have been your lecturer, Stephen. Thank you so much.